Hi guys, it's Amy with Aim to Plan, and today I'm going to be playing in my Disney planner. So I am trying to get set up with some things for a trip that we're taking in July to Disney or to Orlando, and so I wanted to get in here and just kind of play with some of the pages, and I wanted to record it. So I might have to speed up through parts of this video just because I have my kids at home with me, and so they might just interrupt. You know, it might just be easier to edit it down and make it a little bit shorter, so that way the noise can be removed from the video. But we're gonna go in here and just kind of play with this. I'm also realizing I don't have my June pages in here, so let me go ahead and grab those. I keep the Disney planner in here, and it's actually like stored right here in the very front. And we're gonna go ahead and get, I think, let's see, right, this is starting the 23rd and this is the 1st, so let me see, I think this is it. Okay, this is the 1st. I'm just double checking. Yeah, that's the 8th. Yeah, for sure. So this then goes into the 9th, 22nd, 29th. All right, we're just gonna go ahead and take all of these pages and stick them in here. All right, I'm also going to remove a couple of other things for privacy reasons. So like this, for example, gift card. I don't actually need to keep that anymore. Maybe I'll leave it. No, that's all right. I'll get rid of that. I don't need that in here. So what I have is a planner that I've already decorated. I've used it in right here, like this is Halloween week, and so I've used it before in 2024, probably even in 2023, and I'm just reusing the pages until I feel like it's like filled out completely. And so I basically just write over the notes that I have, not write over, but like just write around the notes that I have. And so we're gonna get into it. I am recording this video on the 10th, so that's like right here, and so this is actually really filled out, but like this week is not, and so I'm gonna go in here and just kind of play with it. And again, I'll probably fast forward through some of this just because it's fun, relaxing for me to record, and it's just fun for me to do it without talking and narrating through the entire thing. So I'm gonna decorate pretty much this week, and then the remaining weeks all the way until the end of June, and we'll see what we come up with by the end of it. Oh, I did pull the stickers that I use for this. This is Country Cottage. I have stickers, washi tape. There are some scrapbook papers in there. I also have my Tombow marker that I'm using. This is the color 553 that I'm using to designate all of the new notes for 2025. And again, this whole planning process is to prep for a July trip, and so we're kind of working towards that. And I'll also go ahead and go in here and take notes for some of the big things that have happened in the past couple of weeks. So we'll get all of that done, and again through fast forward, I think. So yeah, we'll just go right into it, and I hope you enjoy. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up and just show you what I was able to do. So hopefully you were able to kind of see that I was laying down stickers using the Country Cottage set. It's a kit that I have from Planners Anonymous, and so I was able to kind of put that together, and I've got supplies everywhere now because of that. But this week I decided, because it was already blank and it's already passed, I decided just to leave this blank so that way I can reuse this at a later date. So I did start with the second. I added some of the browns. These matched, the blues and browns went together, and so I just added that. I did add a couple of notes here. So this day, this was the 5th, I think, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. I was looking up Epic tickets for the trip, and then one of the things that I saw on Friday, the 6th, was that there's going to be a mystery character meet and greet for annual pass holders at Der Teddy Bar in Germany. So that's at Epcot, and so I'm excited to see who that is and just go and get the meet and greet. Then some notes about our trip there. We're still trying to finalize the final group of people who are going. And so there's a weird transition here because I use random pages. Right here for the week of the 9th, this is today. So today, one of the things that I did see just like scrolling Facebook is that there were a couple of people who have already gone through to get the Joffy's like prize. So you drink several coffees, and then once you get your stamps for that, you can get an annual pass holder coffee sleeve. And so I left this space just to write the coffees that were there. And then this page is kind of filled out already. And so the only other thing I did was just add the sticker right here in this, what I thought was like kind of an empty spot, and then add the sticker. So just a few more stickers, just to fill in some blank spots. But these were the only notes that I have. And then this week, of course, it's super full, and so what I decided to do was just kind of put boxes for each of the days just to take some quick notes there. But this is definitely one of those pages where I can pretty much consider it full and filled out after I use it this second go round, and I would just remove it from the rotation of pages that I would use. Going back for a couple of other pages. Like this, on the other hand, completely empty still, and so even though I had it for my first trip in 2024, I now have it for the trip in 2025. I haven't used it for either of those sets of trips, and so I can definitely carry it forward into a later trip, so either later in 2025 or even into 2026. So going back here again, this to me is like filled out already, and so then this page, it's pretty much the end of June. I can hear the storm. Do you hear the storm? Right, but this is kind of filled out already, so I decided just to kind of call it quits. And you know, I will probably go in here, if I'm taking notes, I would go in here and do that, but this could be where I go ahead and make the decision to go ahead and not take notes on this and just add in some additional pages, either like, you know, going back in and going through this set again, or something else, right? I do want to try to keep the blue by itself for a whole trip, right? I don't want to recycle mid-trip, if that makes sense. So I don't want to, like, at this point, go back to the pages where I started at the beginning of 2025. It makes sense in my head how I'm saying it, but like I don't want to restart it, so I will try to finish out these pages until the end of our trip. And then at that point, once we finish the trip, which is like mid-July, then I can kind of go back in and make decisions. So really, I only missed 2 weeks. The June 1st date, and then this page right here, which is like, you know, very full already, and so I can definitely lay stickers on top, which is what I did here. I laid stickers on top of some of my writing, and that is fine, but you know, I think I could probably skip a week here and there too. So I do like being able to see my notes, and this is one of the reasons why I do it. Like, I just like being able to see what I wrote to myself last year, and so these notes are like super funny because, like, right here, for example, summer Disney trip with family, that's actually what we're doing, and so these notes still apply. And so like right here, for example, I could probably just highlight that and make that part of this trip, so even though it was 2024 note, it could still apply for my 2025 trip. So yeah, so again, I hope you kind of enjoyed the process of seeing me kind of lay these stickers down and how I'm trying to reuse and recycle these pages. I'm trying to fill in the blank spots as best as I can, and so that's what I'm going to be doing. And I do use this planner to just make a record of like the different things that I'm planning for Disney. And so it's Disney, but like Orlando. And so we are pass holders, and so we do tend to go to Disney whenever we're in Orlando. But that doesn't always apply. Like we go to Universal, we go to different places. So there are notes for Orlando related things as well. But yeah, I just really wanted to come in here and play for a little bit. And so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to my channel. And until the next video, bye guys.